I saw. I did hear different things, and to be honest, I'll just my job here in the air is to be honest, not to worry about what you think of me. But I was hearing what sounded like conversations of beings that were around me talking about me when I got in 3 nights I kind of got practice at it and was better on the third night than I was the first, and that was the third night, and before I knew to obviously stop right away. But yeah, it was as if I was somewhere else in another dimension or something, and it was beings around me talking as if I was a study object or something. It almost reminded me a little bit of alien abduction, where you're there and they're talking about you like you're not part of them, you're not human, or you're not
that reminds me. I was asleep the other day, and I'm coming out of it, and I was hearing a critique of me that was talking about being overweight. When I woke up, it was my wife talking to my daughter, critiquing me, saying that they need to be watching my diet for me because I'm not doing a very good job of it. And it had nothing to do with aliens or demons. Hey, I got a caller. It is John from Texas. John, how you doing, and what do you got for us?
Hey, John. I met you about a year ago down here in Fredericksburg at the Egg Building. You were putting on a presentation of your seeds. That was
yes.
Heartland Emergency, I believe, sponsored you.
Absolutely.
But back in the mid-'70s, we had a little homestead going on up in Wisconsin, and I was involved in a test plot of amaranth. I don't know if you've ever heard of that or not. It's a grain. It was a grain that the Aztecs used, and it was almost like they worshipped it. But it was very high in protein, and it was very good in response to growing. They called it the gentle giant. When before I left my place up there, my plants were almost 6 feet tall. Do you know what's called pigweed? Grows around the roads.
I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm. No.
Huh?
Yeah, there's a good book called The Wild Uses of Wild Plants, which has good discussion on pigweed. But go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, have you heard of it before? Because, I believe it was Rodale Press that was wanting people in different areas of the country to grow it and, keep track of, the temperature, the times, the rainfall, and things like that. Suggestion. Check it out. Could be one of your, seed offers.
Solutions. Yeah. It could be a solution for all of us. I guess it's edible, but hey, man, you live in a beautiful city down there.
Fredericksburg. Well, you were talking about Ben Beckendorf the other couple of weeks ago, and he's in this area, and there's just so much going on down in Texas here. But I bought some of your seeds, and your buffalo beans were doing great until the drought came through again. And but we're going to try it again this year.
Okay. Hey, thanks, John, for calling.
You bet. Bye.
Hey, Jeff, have you ever been to Fredericksburg, Texas?
John, I've never been to Texas.
My God. How can you miss it? It's pretty big.
Well, actually, I take it back. I used to live in New Mexico, in Albuquerque, and now I take it back. I did drive through it once, through Amarillo, that area, the top part, but I was just driving through to get to Albuquerque where I live. And so, nope, I've never been there. Tell me about it.
Oh, I tell you, it's the most beautiful town you will ever see. I would reckon the population is probably 50,000, but the downtown area is just a couple of miles long, maybe 3 miles long, and all the shops. It was a German town, an old German town. And they have all been renovated. A lot of them are built out of stone, but the wooden ones are, and a lot of the shops are really small, like 10 feet wide. Others are 100 feet wide, but they're absolutely, everything is restored in that town, and it's just gorgeous. And they get obviously a lot of tourists. And I would sure like to find somebody down there to represent my Strider Ride motorized bikes, because I think they would sell extremely well down there. So if you live in that area and you're thinking of a small business, hit me up at bigjohnlipscomb@gmail.com. I've got another caller. It is David from Idaho. David, how you doing?
Really good. Hey, I was able to go to a gun show last week, and I was looking for a particular gun, and there were so many people there, you would have to rub shoulders. Everybody's real nice, but it was really crowded. And finally went through all the selections of guns and found what I was looking for, which was a GI issue 1911 A1. Don't know 45? If you've ever seen one. Yeah, 45.
Yeah. What kind of price did you pay for that?
Well, I went there with $350, and most every place laughed at me. So I ended up paying $600, and it's brand new.
That's a great deal for a 1911. Even a Taurus isn't that cheap.
It's a Springfield Armory one, and now I'm out of money, and I got to save up for some bullets.
Hey, that's an investment, though. I mean, that thing in a couple of years it's worth $1,200. You know.
Oh, what a fun time.
You didn't spend any money. You just put your money into something.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a day where that paper that I had wouldn't buy this real thing, this real heavy, awesome, fun thing. And you guys are an inspiration. I listen to your program often, and I am gaining, some insight on some new angles of things I hadn't thought of. I appreciate the effort you guys are putting in.
Thank you.
Hey, David, thank you very much, and the best to you. Be sure and call in again when you get your ammo, and you get out there and you do a little target shooting, because that's when the fun really begins.
Someone said it would lose value as soon as I shot with it, and I'm like,
no.
I'm going to wear it out.
Yeah, that's not true.
Bye-bye.
All right, thanks. It is just one step at a time. Now look at that. David has, as soon as he has a box of ammo, he has protection over his life, his loved ones, and his property instantly. And it only cost him $600.
He's got peace of mind.
Yeah, peace of mind. Gee.
Yeah, but like I said, he didn't really. It's like buying silver. You don't really buy anything. You just transfer the money. It's like moving the money from one bank account to the other, a secure bank account.
And what he said was very insightful, folks, and I hadn't thought of it either. And that was he's saying, I've got this almost worthless paper money, and it's going to become very worthless soon, right? And now I've got this real asset in my hand, and all I gave away was that terrible paper, that's fiat currency. And that's exactly the point. That's why, you buy tools, buy supplies, because those are real assets. If this thing hits and you have a closet full of cash, what good is that going to do you? Are you going to be able to eat that? Defend yourself with that? What's that?
Have something to start a fire with.
Yeah.
All that paper.
There is
toilet paper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to do a show on toilet paper, because a lot of people email me and go, okay, man, Big John, you got all the beans, bullets, and Band-Aids, but what about the toilet paper? I've got a solution. I've been buying it every time I go by this dollar store. They have this very inexpensive toilet paper that's very thin. And it's good if you have a lagoon like I do, which is just a pit, of water, and that your toilet and your wastewater runs into. But what's great about it is it dissolves extremely quick, and so it doesn't clog things up. And it's inexpensive, and it will last forever. I mean, our family, we go through probably one roll every 3 weeks.